Hey there, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to mix and master an Afrobeat song from start to finish. We'll be looking at how to mix the lead vocals, how to EQ, compress, add reverb, add delay, and also mix the backup vocals, and even how to master the song from scratch. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button down below and let's get started. Alright, so now we have the song.
Yeah, if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire, your body. Oh baby, wine and Joe. I take your matter, Joe. Your body na chairman, I know you're gone. Say you fire, go. Oh vente, wine and Joe. You body like Poco Joe. Get you bust my head and a loco Joe.
So before we get started, remember that you can actually get these vocal sessions and more on our website. Yes, you can get the recorded vocals so you can use to practice and fine-tune your mixing skills. So this song is actually from a recording academy where artists will get to adapt songs from other genres and try to make their own spin-off versions from it, okay? So it's not an original lyrics, but the beat is original. So now let's start with mixing, okay? So the first what we're going to do is get the tempo of our production, because if you don't get the tempo right, you know, you're not going to get your mixing right, okay? So let's double click this beat. Always use the beats to get your tempo. Then you come right here, right click, detect tempo. Then I normally use 75 to 150. And right here, you see we have 114 beats per minute. Click yes. Let's hear to make sure that it's tallies with the click track.
Then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby.
And then take a random place. All right, it sounds pretty much accurate. So now we've gotten our tempo. The next thing we need to do is find the key of our production, okay? Because if you don't get the key, we can use effects like auto tune. Now I know it says right here A major, but we just have to confirm, because sometimes there can be errors even though the beat was made by me. So I'm going to open up tunebat.com/analyzer. It's free. You just open up the website and drag your beat into it. So you can see it says F minor, okay? So I'm going to double click this and link it to the mixer. So you see F minor and it says A major. I'm guessing this was to be A flat major, because the relative major for F minor is A flat major. So that was a mistake there. I'm going to correct it so you don't get that in the project, B major. Okay, so now we've gotten that. Link to the mixer, then link this lead vocal again. And I'm going to come back to the backup vocals. So let's start by focusing on the lead vocals. Mute that, and we want to listen out for issues, okay? Noise, mouth movements, and you know, anything that may affect our mixing in the future. So we have to take them out. So let's listen to the vocals in solo.
Yeah, if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby.
So if you listen closely, you can hear some noise in the background. So to clean up vocals, I'll be using Clear. This is a really nice plugin. It's powered by AI that cleans up your vocals really nice. So I'm going to press play.
Yeah, if you send me the
take out the ambience and also take out voice reverb. Although the vocals are pretty dry, but just in case you have any echoes or reflection in your voice, this also takes it out. So let's hear.
Yeah, if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. Yeah, if you send me the location. Yeah, if you send me the location.
Right, sounds a lot better, but let me go one step further by cleaning up the vocals. I'm going to use Isotope RX voice denoise. Then just leave it on adaptive mode. Let's hear now.
Yeah, if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no.
I just want to make sure the vocal is as clean as possible. So the next now to take out is breath. So again, I don't want it to be too much because I don't want it to sound like, you know, or cut off, but this is all up to you. This is depending on, you know, your taste. So I'm going to bring it all the way down here.
Yeah, if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Yeah.
Nice. I like how it preserves some of the breath, right? So some of the breaths went undetected. That's what I want. But if you want to kill all the breaths, you can just simply drag it all the way down here, and all the breath, almost like 99% of the breath will be gone. But I don't want that, okay? Because I want the production to see sound a bit natural. So that's that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is remove mouth movement, like clicks, mouse clicks, and all of that. Because sometimes when artist sings, the tongue can hit with the lips, can hit with the teeth, all of that. The lips, popping together and all of that. You want to prevent all of that from entering into the mix. Especially when you start adding compression, you hear that a lot more, and trust me, you don't want that in your mix.
Oh, yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine I'm Joe. I take your matter, Joe. Your body na chairman, a lawyer gone. Say you fire gone. Over and there, wine I'm Joe. Do body like Poco Joe. Get you bust my head and a loco Joe.
So that sounds good. So let me also add the S, just a little bit of the S, nothing serious right here. So RX Pro, and then.
Oh, yeah. If you send me the location,
That's too much. I'm going to relax it.
oh, yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone.
So that is solved. So now I can render this vocal and start with the mixing, because some computers will not be able to handle this processing in real time. So it's best you render your vocals and then link it again and start your mixing properly, okay, so that you don't stress your CPU. I'm going to come right here, right click, consolidate tracks from track stats. Then make sure you have your insert effects turned on. There's no effects on my master channel. I usually do not mix any effects on my master channel, so it doesn't matter if it's on or off. And I like to leave my vocals or my mixes on 32-bit float. I only master on 24-bit, so I'm going to leave that there. Then simply click start. Then just be patient for it to render. Right, so it's done rendering. Sometimes what can happen with stuff like this is latency. So you have to compare with your old tracks to make sure that it's on time. All right. If not, you're going to have latency issues. So now I'm going to take the original vocals out of the mix channel. Okay, you take it out completely so that it won't have those effects that cause latency. And also, I'm going to turn off all the effects here for now. So let's hear how it sounds if there's latency.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can see there's latency. You can see the waveform. Maybe I can make it bigger. See, they don't start at the same time. So you can see this is where this is starting from. You can see the difference, right? So I'm going to push this forward a bit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now no more latency.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can, mute the original, which I'll come back to as reference in case if I mistakenly push stuff back and forth. Okay. So now let's turn on the beat.
Yeah. Yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time.
So I'm going to link it again here. I'll just rename this lead vox. And then now we can start tuning, EQing, and compressing. Okay, so I'm going to open up auto tune. Remember the key we got then was F minor, right? So I'm going to come down to low male because this artist is a male, right? And it's not really pitching high. So then F minor. Okay, so I'm going to increase the retune speed. I'm sure the artist will want a little bit of that auto-tune vibe going on. So, I'm going to exaggerate it. Even though it's on key most of the time, I'm going to exaggerate the tuning, okay? Then I'm not going to play with the flex, I'm not going to take it all the way high up here because I don't want natural vocals, okay? I'm going to keep it down here so that I get a little bit of the auto-tune vibe, but not sounding too robotic, okay? Then I always take humanize all the way up because what auto-tune does is when you sing or you hold sustained notes like falsetto, vibratos, all of those notes, it can flatline it into sounding straight instead of having that wavy feel. So if you want to preserve that wavy feel that the artist did originally, take your humanize all the way up, okay? So, or if you want to control it, you can maybe have it like 50% or, adjust it to where it sounds good for you. So, but many actually have mine at 100%. So let's hear how it sounds.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and Joe. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not charm and a lawyer gone.
Nice. So it's well tuned. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up an EQ, a classic EQ. So
Sky on my no, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby.
I'm going to try to take out resonance because when you're eking vocals, you want to pay attention to 3 main parts: the low end mod, which I just took out, up until like between 20 hertz up until like 100 to 150 hertz. Then the mid-range resonance, which is like from 150 hertz to about 2 to 3k frequency range. Then the high end harshness, if there's any, that's from 3k hertz and above, right? So we need to come right here, pinch this up a little bit. If you don't have a mouse wheel, you can just come to this knob right here, this notch, to pinch it. Okay, so we don't want it to be this tiny. You want to have like a little bit of allowance. Try not to exceed or run into the other boundaries of the EQ. Try to stay within, your current boundary.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and Joe. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not charm and a lawyer gone. Say you fire gone. Oh rent the wine and Joe. Do body like Poco. Sky on my no, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location.
Then we have that clean. So let's hear the before and after EQ. So let's turn off the EQ.
Sky on my no, yeah. Yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no.
Let's turn off the beats and hear it again without EQ.
Sky on my no, yeah. Yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
You can hear that it sounds a lot cleaner with the EQ on. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to load up a compressor to tame the inconsistency. If you even look at the waveform, you can see some parts look small while some parts look big, right? So I'm going to load up a compressor. Make sure the beat is on while you're doing compression.
Yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby.
So this is my typical setting for compressing vocals, especially for Afrobeat vocals. Now your threshold depends on how loud your vocals is coming into the compressor, but most times I usually have them between -15 to -30 dB. Now if it's sounding too compressed, you want to relax it, so that you want to reduce the compressor. But if it's sounding like some parts are still inconsistent, then you want to take it up maybe to like -30. In some cases even -40 dB of threshold, okay? Then your ratio is just simply how hard you want the compressor to work. So again, most times for vocals, I usually use between 4:1 to 5:1, okay? And a lot of modern Afrobeat songs, the vocals tend to sound a little bit over compressed, right? It gives it that tight feeling. So that's why I'm having mine at 4:1. Some songs even have it as high as 5:1, okay? So, and then the attack, I like the compressor to work like really fast. So that's why I have a fast attack of about 9 milliseconds. Then a relatively slow release of about 400 milliseconds, okay? Then the gain is just, whenever I do a compression, most times, the vocals tend to lose some loudness. So the gain just simply helps me retrieve some of that loudness I lost, okay? So that's just what I'm doing right here. So the vocals sound without compression.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
With compression.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
So you can hear that it sounds more consistent, more even, more balanced, right? That's just simply what we're trying to do with compressor, okay? Nothing, fancy, at least not yet. So next, we're going to try to take away some of the resonance in the vocals. And some people use Soothe 2, which is good, but I like to use the one from Waves. So right here, I'm going to use this Silk plugin and just adjust. Now how this plugin works is really easy. It's going to clear out the resonance in different bands, both the low end, the mid, and the high. And I have control over how much I want to take out or how much I want to leave in, okay? So for the low bands, if I increase, it's going to take out more resonance, and not just also take out resonance, but also like do like a high pass. So let's hear when I exaggerate it.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
You can hear how thin the voice sounds when I relax it.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation.
You can hear how full it sounds, right? Most times I like to leave mine halfway. And the mid band, same thing, if I take all the way up, it's going to take a lot of cuts in the mid and also a lot of resonance as well.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location.
Again, I like to leave mine in the mid. Same thing with the high. Now, why I like this plugin is that it does help a little bit clearing out if you have like harsh vocals or harsh S's or sibilances in your vocals. So if I have that, I could leave that here on this particular setting right here. But if I just want to clear out the actual high end, like do like a low pass or a low cut, I can just, a low cut, I could just simply do this right here.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location.
So you can hear that it tries to cut to my end, but when I do this, it's going to actually like do like a band pass, trying to find the actual areas that have that harshness or that those sibilances.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
When I turn off the plugin, this is how it sounds before.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
This is how it sounds after.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
I'm going to turn on with the beats. Let's hear.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
Let's compare it with Soothe 2 to see which works best. So I'm going to turn that off, and my favorite preset for Soothe is the honk. I like to use this for vocals, so let's hear how it sounds.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
So then let me turn that off. Then
no time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
So if you ask me, to me, Silk vocal is the clear winner right here, at least what I prefer for this song. So I'm going to take out Soothe, and then I'm going to relax this.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not chairman, a lawyer gone. Say you fire.
So next I'm going to use a serial compressor that is just loading up a second compressor on the vocals to like really tighten up and add some character. So I'm going to be using CLA2A, which is a popular compressor for vocals. You can use any LA2A modeled compressor. So I'm going to just simply have some peak reduction going on.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location.
Then I'm going to reduce the gain.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not chairman, a lawyer gone.
So let's hear how it sounds so far without effect when I turn off the effects.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
With effects.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
So you can already hear how tight the vocals is sitting in the mix, right? Sounds a lot better with effects. So you can see we're just doing like small steps, right? Small steps, not big. We're not doing like big cuts or big changes, just little steps here and there. And it's leading us to great results so far, okay? So now this is good for our mix. Let me also do a volume test by jacking up the volume and hearing how it sounds in the mix as well.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not chairman, a lawyer gone. Say you fire gone. Over the wine and draw. Do body like Poco, Joe. Get you bust my head.
Right, so this is good. So now we don't always need to do a parallel comp for the vocals, but I do like how it sounds. It does make the vocal sound a bit thicker. Okay, so let me try it. I'm going to use a 7/6 this time, just because I feel like, no real reason. Then I'm just going to do that. I want to use the bluey version because the blue is more aggressive than the black. Okay, then I'm going to just squash this up.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
Then I'm going to make the attack real fast and the release real slow.
No time, no.
And I'm going to blend the vocals with this right here. Take it all the way down, then blend it up till I like the thickness.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location.
So that's sounding good, but let me take it down a bit.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time.
So it's sounding good. I also want to spread out the vocals a little bit. It's sounding too focused in the middle. So I'm going to use a stereo enhancer, and I like using FL Studio stereo enhancer for that.
No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
Right, so now we've gotten that sounding good. So next what we're going to do now is reverb and delay. So I'm going to send this right here for the delay. I want to work on the delay first. So I'm going to use Fruity Delay. This works for any delay plugin really, you know, same process. Just create a send and then use your delay plugin. Right, so we have this here. So we're going to take this all the way to wet, and then we're going to have this on ping pong. I like to have mine on ping pong, and then the feedback is just simply how many times you want the delay effect to bounce. I don't want it to bounce too many times, so I'm going to reduce it right here. And then the input sign is how loud you want the effect. For example, if I press play,
If you send me the location,
you can hear how loud it is when I bring it down.
if you send me the location, if you send me the location,
You see it's like in the background now. Let me turn up the beats.
if you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby.
So I'm going to take it up a bit.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time.
So this timing is good. That is 3-step delay, but if you look at the top left of my screen, 3-step delay is good, but let's try 2-step.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check.
Let's hear with the beats.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby.
Let's try 4-step.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
I like that. I think I'll keep it at 4-step. So let me do a little bit of EQ to take out any possible chance of low end.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not charm and I know you're gone.
So next we're going to add reverb. Need to send it right here. Want reverb, so I'm going to come and then use Pro R. My favorite reverb at the moment. Nothing special about it. I just like the plugin. And then we need to find the parameters we're going to use for our reverb. Now you can use a reverb by simply using your ear to tweak it, but I tend to prefer using a more precise method. Reverbcalculator.com 114. So my tempo was 114, so I typed it in here, then calculate. And I like using the big room preset. Okay, so I'm going to use 32, just approximate to 33 milliseconds per delay, then 2.1 seconds. Like if I approximate this to seconds, right? Or 2100 milliseconds. So 32 and 2.1. So I'm going to come right here, 32, then right here, 2.1. Perfect. So the mix is always at 100%. I like to have it a bit brighter, so I'm going to increase the brightness.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years.
To go to my lead vocals and reduce the send.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not charm and I know you're. If you send me the location.
So the vocals is still sounding quite loud in the mix. So I'm going to just drop the vocal and the parallel come together by highlighting both.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there and make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no. Your body fire gone. Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body not charm and I know you're gone. Say you fire gone. Over there, wine and draw. Do body like Poco Joe. Get you bust my head and I loco Joe. I'm so caught up in this. Yeah, we just young, dumb and broke. But we still got love to give on, yeah. I'm so caught up in this. Yeah, we just young, dumb and broke. But we still got love to give on, yeah.
So that's sounding good. Now we're done with the lead vocals basically. Okay, we may still come back to it from time to time, but we're done with it. And then it's time to move on to the backup vocals. So I'm going to turn this on, unmute it. So you still want to listen to your backup vocals if you can hear any visible noise. If you listen closely, you can hear like some studio noise in there, so we don't want that. So again, I recommend you just simply link it to the channel you created for cleaning up vocals, and then you render it through that. Okay, so it's faster that way. Make sure you turn on the effects, because we turned it off before. And then we just simply consolidate. Just be patient for it to render. All right, so now that renders, again, check for latency. Always check for latency whenever you render with plugins for cleaning up vocals. So I'm going to turn this on, change this to none, and then let's hear.
Your body, oh baby, your body not.
If you see, there's also some delay.
Your body, oh baby, your body, your body, oh baby.
This is sent out of the track.
Your body.
Perfect. So now it's there. Again, I'm going to mute this. Then let's also check for this guy.
Your body, oh baby. Say you fire gone. Oriente when I'm jaw. Do body like pococha. Can you bust my head?
Then let's hear this.
Say you fire. Oh baby when I'm jaw. I dare your matter jaw. Your body na chairman a lawyer gone. Say you fire gone.
So I can hear some noise there. So I'm going to link this to this.
Oh baby when I'm jaw. I dare your matter jaw. Your body na chairman a lawyer gone. Say you.
And I'm going to consolidate this guy. Now, the thing with cleaning up vocals is that it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. But if you can hear from your speakers, not with headphones, if you can hear noise from your speakers, like background noise, all of that stuff, trust me, you need to clear it out because compressor is going to bring all of those up. But if you can hear with your headphones, you can kind of make do with that. Okay, so this is just us trying to be safe. We listen and we judge to compare. So right, so let's turn this. Then we listen.
Oh baby, when I'm jaw. Oh baby, when I'm jaw. I dare your matter.
So I'm going to turn this off.
Your body, oh baby, when I'm jaw. Oh baby, I dare your matter jaw. Your body na chairman a lawyer gone. Say you fire gone.
So come back to pen. Turn this off.
Your body. Your body, oh baby, wine and jaw. I take your matter jaw. Your body no chairman, I know you're gone. Say you fire.
We're going to link it here, and again we're going to tune. So I'm just going to come to my lead vocals, send the auto tune here, and I also need the EQ will be different. So
your body, oh baby, wine and jaw. I take your matter jaw. Your body no chairman, I know you're gone. Say you.
Sometimes you want the auto tune in the backup vocals to be more exaggerated, so I'm going to reduce this.
Your body, oh baby, wine and baby. I take your matter jaw. Your body no chairman, I know you're gone. Say you fire.
So then I'm going to use an equalizer. Now, how we EQ backup vocals is different from how we EQ lead vocals. Okay, in this we're going to cut out a little bit more than we need. So I'm going to come right here to the high pass, step 8. So we're going to cut up to like about 150 to 200 hertz because we don't want the backup vocals to have the same presence as the lead vocals, okay? But not to think that, it sounds, lightweight, just enough not to compete with the lead vocals.
Your body, oh baby, wine and jaw. I take your matter jaw. Your body no chairman, I know you're gone.
So this is how it sounds.
Your body, oh baby.
And then this is how the lead vocal sounds.
Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, draw. Your body na chairman, a lawyer go. Your body, oh baby.
You can see the backup vocals has presence, but not as much as the lead vocals. Okay.
Your body, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, draw. Your body na chairman, a lawyer go. Say you fire go. Oh baby, wine and draw. Do body like Poco draw. Get you bust my head and a loco draw.
So I like to compress my backup vocals together just so they sound, consistent. So I think the auto-tune is a bit too much. So I'm going to reduce this to like 8.
Your body, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, draw. Your body na chairman, a lawyer go. Say you fire go. Oh baby, wine and draw. Your body, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, draw. Your body na chairman, a lawyer. Your body, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, draw. Your body na chairman, a lawyer go. Say you fire go. Wine and draw. Do body like Poco draw. Get you past my head and a loco draw. I'm so caught up in this.
Then since we have 3 backups, one is most likely going to stay in the middle while both are panned in that direction. Okay, so this is going to now be panned or we stay in the middle. So link this here and we can just simply copy the effects because it's basically the same thing. Then just copy the name here so we don't get it confused. Right, so we'll leave this in the middle.
Say you fire go. Wine and draw. Do body like Poco draw. Get you past my head and a loco draw.
Nice. So now we're going to link them up into a bus by selecting all the tracks. Come to File, then come to track routing, then come to route selected to this track only. Route selected to this track only. Okay, so that means all these sends, if you look at the cables at the bottom, they're all going to be sent into this guy. You can see that right here, these cables all sent into this guy. So while this guy is sent straight back to the master, I'm going to rename this and call this backup bus. So now we can add like compressor, saturation, reverb, and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to use, I don't want to be over compressed because I want some dynamics in the vocals. I'm going to use CLA2A. Nice, that's sounding good. So now we can add like reverb. Before we add that, let's use EQ again to make sure we're taking away. To add reverb, and we're going to come to Fab Filter, and we're going to open up the site again. Now for backup vocals, depending on you may want your backup vocals to like have a lot of ambience, a lot of space, or you want it to just be like really chilled, right? So let me try this same preset. Yep, 32 and 2.1. 32 and 2.1. Now because this is not a send, it is 100% wet, so we need to reduce this.
Your body fire go, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body na charm and a lawyer go. Say you fire go, oh vente wine and draw. Do body like Poco Joe, get you back. Your body fire go, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body na charm and a lawyer go. Say you fire go, oh vente wine and draw. Do body like Poco Joe, get you past my head and a loco Joe. I'm so caught up in this, yeah, we just young, dumb and broke. What's the goal of to give on? Yeah. I'm so caught up in this, yeah, we.
So that is sounding good.
Your body fire go, oh baby, wine and draw. I take your body na charm and a lawyer go.
Again, I just want it to be cleaner, so that's why I like this plugin. I could actually, just clean up the vocals by taking this out, and this also as well, just to make sure it's all clean.
Your body, oh baby, wine and oh baby, I did your matter, Joe. Your body na charm and a lawyer go. Say you fire go. Oh, vente wine and draw. Do body like Poco Joe. Get you bust my head and a loco.
So let's get a quick preview of the Unmixed. These are the Unmixed sounds.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
Then mixed.
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. And make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
I'm sure you can hear a world of difference. Let's also come to the hook.
Oh baby, wine and draw. I take your matter, Joe. Your body na charm and a lawyer go. Say you fire go. Oh vente wine and draw. Do body like Poco Joe. Get you past my head and a loco Joe. Do body like Poco Joe. Get you past my head and a loco Joe.
So again, you can see this is what a good mix does to your production. It makes it sound a lot better. All right, so now I'm simply going to render this, bring it back in, and then we master. Now, because it's a tutorial, so I have to master this on the spot, right? But normally when I'm done mixing, I take a break, I'll come back and listen with a pair of fresh ears, try to spot out any mistakes or any issues, correct it before I start my master, okay? So I encourage you to do that before you begin your own mastering process. So I'm going to come right here, File, Export, Wave. So you just name it Mixed, and then typically want to export. For me, I like to export 32-bit float, so I get the highest fidelity when I'm mastering. But when I'm exporting from my masters, I export 24-bit, okay? Again, Wave most times, right? Always use Wave. And then make sure your insert effects is on. Again, I don't have anything on my master effect, so you can turn it on or off. But if you do have, make sure it's turned on, and then simply click Start. So when it's done exporting, I'm going to bring it back into FL, and then we start the mastering. All right, so we have the song exported, and I'm going to drag it in here. Time for us to master. So now it's in here, solo. I'm going to link into a channel. Now you don't have to master this in the same mixing session. You can open a different mixing session entirely and master your song. So I'm going to link this here, and then I'm going to open Fruity EQ. Take away some some low end.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation.
Usually I recommend you take away from like 20 Hz to about 40 Hz, but you have to do that by listening, okay? You don't have to take out too much that your song sounds like it's lacking bars, okay? So for me, I think I can get away with about 35 Hz or so.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Bring girls to his location. No time, no.
I want to spread out my mix a little bit more, so I'm going to use Ozone's imager to do that. Just spread out. And my favorite preset is the multi-band depth. Sometimes I also use modern width. Let's use modern width this time and see how it goes. And you want to click learn so that it learns your mix.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation.
Then I like to do that twice to be sure that it gets the best parts.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Green girl search location.
Then I like to exaggerate the highs a little bit.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Green girl search location. No time, no. Your body fire, your body. Oh baby, why not Joe? I take your master Joe. Your body not German, I know you go. Say you fire, go. Oh baby, why not Joe? Your body like Boko.
Alright, so I like how it's widened. At the bottom here, I'm going to open a loudness meter. I like to use Eq'ing. Any loudness meter that shows you the LUFS could work, okay? And what we're trying to gauge here is the integrated and the true peak max, okay? The integrated, now again, this depends on your genre, but I like to have mine at between -7 to -10 LUFS range. And then for the true peak max, as long as you're in the negative, most times you should be clear and free from distortion and other common problems you have with loudness in your master. So then I'm going to open a maximizer. I'll be using Ozone 10's maximizer for that. Then I'll simply come to this. I like to use this. Sometimes I also use this mode, but I like to use this. Then just bring it down. And this ceiling actually controls the true peak max most times. Okay, so if you are struggling to get your true peak max to be in the negative, adjust your ceiling. Let me have mine at, let's say, -2. Around -2 and see what happens.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Green girl search location. No time, no. Your body fire, your body. Oh baby, why not Joe? I take your master Joe. Your body not German, I know you go. Say you fire, go. Oh baby, why not Joe? Your body like Boko Joe. Get you past my head and a loco Joe. I'm so caught up in this. Yeah, we just young, dumb, and bro. Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation.
So I'm struggling to get to like -7 to -10 range. So instead of using one limiter to get that, I'm going to relax this a little bit and use a second limiter, okay? So I'm going to come right here and then come to Ozone. But I'm going to take away the ceiling, take the ceiling back up. Then I'm just going to come right here and just load up a new limiter. I mean maximizer, pardon me. I meant maximizer, not limiter. Then come right here.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another.
Then bring it down some more. Then the ceiling, I can have the ceiling at -2.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Green girl search location. No time, no. Your body fire, your body. Oh baby, why not Joe? I take your master Joe.
So you can see I'm achieving that target -8 and -1. So it's clear.
Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My yeah, Sky on my no, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you send me the location, then I'll be right there. Make a check on you, my baby. No time, no. My dog is a probation. Another 5 years. Green girl search location. No time, no. Your body fire, your body. Oh baby, why not Joe? I take your master Joe. Your body not German, I know you go. Say you fire, go. Oh baby, why not Joe? Your body like Boko Joe. Get you past my head and a loco Joe. I'm so cold. caught up in this. Yeah, we just young, dumb, but we still got love to give. Oh, no, yeah.
Great. And so we have the song mastered, and you just simply export it as a. And so we have the song mastered. So we have the song mastered, and to export it, we just come to Wave. Please do not send your mastered as MP3. Okay, you want to have it as a WAV file, then you just simply name it mastered. Okay, and then I want it to be 24-bit now, no longer 32 bits, because some platforms do not accept 24-bit. All right, then I simply click start, and then it renders, and I'll upload the song to streaming platforms. Obviously, I can't upload this because we do not have the rights to upload this song, but you can now upload your song to streaming platforms and stream it anywhere, and it should be of good quality and won't sound squashed or bad compared to other songs. If you found this helpful, like and follow for more. I mean, Sir Classy. This is SA Toots.